Alright, welcome everybody. Today's video finds us in a little slice of heaven. We are on Koh Tao, or we're on Turtle Island as it's also known as. And we're going to take a look at an interesting beach. We're going to look at Tanot, I think is how you say it. And it's not the best beach as far as sand quality, but it has one interesting feature where people climb up on this humongous rock out here and they jump off of it and do some swimming. Plus there's coral and everything else. And so a lot of people are out here snorkeling, looking at the coral reefs. So let's take a look around this beach, and if possible, I'm gonna take the drone out and fly that around so we'll get a good look at it. So let's see what we see. So this is the very end of the beach right there. And it's kind of cool. If you look at that rock, it looks like a face actually. You see the nose and the eyes, and then it has a little resort right here. So it has the sea view and some nice flower trees. And then there's like a Calypso dive center. So if you're inclined to do some diving. And then there's some more of the big rocks. Now this beach is not the best for swimming as far as like out here in the water, other than jumping off that big rock. The reason why is because it does have quite a few of these big rocks that are around, so you have to be quite careful. The beach itself is not a very fine powdery sand, it's quite rocky, but it's just in this little tiny bay right over here. And you can see kind of how the surrounding countryside looks. And it's quite mountainous to get over here. So I'm on a little scooter, so I just rode right over here, but the grade is quite steep. All right, let's walk over there and let's take a look at that part of the beach. Quite nice. This is, I think, the Tanote Resort, and I don't know how much the rooms go for here. This part of the sand is probably the best sand on the whole beach. Once you go on the other side of that rock, it gets quite rocky. The water is very, very pleasant. It's like bath water. Now, this does get a little bit of the flotsam stuff floating around here. You see a little bit of trash that kind of washes up on this. We are on like the west part of the island. We are on the opposite side of the ferry pier where you come in. And on the far side has like the best beach on the island, Sairee Beach. But this is probably about like the rated like number 7 beach or so on the island. And then it has these big rocks right here that kind of splits the beach in half. So at high tide, this would be a little tougher to get by if the waves are crashing right around up here. And then right here, it starts getting really, really rocky. Has a lot of coral. But you know, there are the coral right off, and you can see it from up above. When you're up at the viewpoint, you can see the coral out there in the water. So, you know, whenever you have a coral reef, you will get these big chunks of coral. Just part of the deal. You just can't walk barefoot. And here we are on the beach proper. And right here is the biggest resort over here. This is the Mandalay. That's the pool. And it has quite a few of the rooms facing the ocean. And then it has the beach umbrellas and stuff that you can come down and relax. And you can see there's quite a bit of the debris floating on the surface. And if you look at this sand, it is just really, really coarse. It's a deep, like gravelly sand. If you're wanting like the pristine white sand, this is not the beach to come to. But you know, it does offer, you know, quite a bit of snorkeling. And you can see quite a few people out there that are snorkeling. And even some people out there just past that ridge right over there. That big rock on the point, there's some people out swimming. And there's some big rocks out there. And right over there, that is the huge, huge rock. And that is where people climb up it. You can see there's a guy going up right now. So they have a chain, and you can climb up that rock, and then you can jump in. Now, if you climb up the rock, you got to be dedicated to jump in, because there's no other way down. I guess you could shimmy back down that chain, but then you're taking the climb of shame. So he's going to climb on the other side, and he'll jump in. And then we'll just walk down the beach here. Yeah, it's got quite a steep incline to it also. It's got quite a high seawall, you can see. So with it being this steep, there's not going to be a whole lot of difference between high tide and low tide. Some beaches like around Hua Hin, you know, when it's high tide, there's no beach, and when it's low tide, the sea is way, way out. Here it's going to just drop down a little bit. So what you see here is what you get. Now up here on the top, this is probably the best sand. It's a little bit finer up there. And then they have some little cabanas and stuff. The beach is maybe a stretch is like 300 meters. If that, probably like 250 meters or so. It's not the biggest beach. You can see there's the palm trees. And then they have some of the big rocks and stuff up on the beach also. And then at the water level, you can see a little bit of trash. They don't do as good a job keeping this clean over here as most of these touristy beaches. And you can see all the heads bobbing up there for doing some snorkeling. And I saw some signs, so if you don't have your own snorkel equipment, you can rent them from a lot of these places here. So a good idea would be ride a scooter out here, you know, spend an afternoon, do some rock climbing and jumping, and do some snorkeling and see what it all looks like. My iPhone will not tolerate going snorkeling with it, so you won't be able to see that from me today. And then over here we got some a little restaurant, and then we have the Tan Sabai massage and the Jia bar and bungalow. The water is an absolute perfect temperature. Those guys are up on top, but they're not jumping. We've got a guy here teaching his boy how to snorkel. And then looking back down at the beach. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to do here other than just kind of sit and relax and snorkel and rock dive. There's no other water sports. There's no jet skis, parasailing, anything like that. But I think the snorkeling probably would be as good as you want. All right, let's climb over these rocks and take a look at the last little bit of this beach. You can see how coarse this sand is here also, and a few of the chunks of the coral. And there's the massage. That little bar over there is called the Poseidon. The mountain reef beach is up in the trees. And then I don't know what the name of this one over here is. Looks like one of the newer places down here on this little bay. And then it has quite a bit. It has a little 3-story tower back up in that way. And then some of the little bungalows and stuff here. That's pretty nice. Has some hammocks on the front porch. That'd be a good way to relax. And then it has some bungalows up in the trees also. And then just rocks. So that's pretty formidable if you wanted to climb up there. And that's the whole beach. All right, let's take one last look here. There's the big rock. Those guys are not going to jump. I'm going to have to wait around for them. And then the beach opens up that way and goes over towards that little point. It has all the massage, the normal stuff that you see. So that's going to finish up our little video over here at Sairee Beach. I flew the drone around a little bit, and I'll try to stick some of that footage into the video so you can get an aerial view of this. As far as my thoughts on this beach, I would say if you just want to come and relax and maybe do a little snorkeling, this is a good beach. If you want to come and beach comb, you can pick up a little bit of the coral, but the sand is just so coarse. It's not much fun. I would probably skip it if it was me. I just am not too thrilled by this beach. It's fine enough, it's just there's better beach options available. So anyway, you got to take a look around. It was a pretty short little video. The beach is small. There are a few hotels and stuff like that, so you can come over here and stay. So anyway, if you like this video of Sairee Beach over here in Koh Tao, make sure you smash like and subscribe. If you're new here, this is what I do. I just go walk around and show you what I see and tell you a little bit about what I know. So if you like that, then definitely subscribe, and then you're notified when I post a new video. And leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. If you've been here, your thoughts on it. If you've came and jumped off that rock or whatever, tell me that. I would like to know what that was like. I'm a little bit too old for that. Maybe 30 years ago I'd have been all over it, but not now. So anyway, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. And from over here at Koh Tao, remember, life is a journey. Until next time, enjoy.